How's it going, ladies and Bruce's up, Bobby Sixkilla, and welcome back to the Zodiac Trial. Now we've got a bit of cleanup to do before we get into some big new decisions. First of all, we're going to choose to shoot her. And then I also thought if we went back to this point, when we first went to look for the murderer of Horse to investigate the murder, if we didn't take Sheep with us, she wouldn't have an alibi. Just to see if that makes any difference. Let's go. I'll do it. Mouse, are you sure? I am. Thank you, Mouse. You're always nice to me. I'm glad. I'm sorry, everyone. Maybe this will make things right. More death never makes things right. I see. Then go ahead and shoot. For the first time I realized just how heavy the pistol was in my hands. I was slow. It was a slow, nervous pace. Readying the gun, aiming it. Right at her brain, I pointed it. And then, goodbye, Sheep. Afterwards, the group left the room. No one wanted to look at it. Everyone gathered in the cafeteria. Rooster finally found the group. Apparently been searching for trinkets this whole time and found a few. That didn't really matter anymore. We used the trinkets and moved as a group. At one point, Tiger left the group. So this is the same, anyway. It's the exact same ending. Okay. Well, now we know. Let's jump into this and not take Sheep. That could change everything. No. I'm sorry, Sheep. I don't think you should come along with us. Oh? Okay, if you say so. Really? You're letting it go just like that? I thought I was going to get some resistance to that. And with that, things were set. People had objections with giving out a gun, but we were granted a taser just in case. Okay, we can skip this. What the fuck? I broke the game by doing that. Whoops. Sheep looking, because Sheep's not with us, and it's expecting Sheep to be with us. That's a problem. Yeah. Alright, okay, we broke the game. I guess it's not designed for you not to bring Sheep along. Let me just try again. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, well, now we know. So don't do that. I guess we'll have to go back further then. We will load. Back to this one. And we'll pick a different group to go with. Last time we picked Tiger and Dragon, I believe. And the time before that we picked Bunny and Dog, I believe. Actually, I don't know. These might be different from the first time because we picked a different group to start with. Let's do Pig and Monkey. I decided that Pig and Monkey were a safe group to explore with. Are you going with us? Well, that's great to hear. Indeed. I feel safer searching with someone I have history with as opposed to with a complete stranger. I felt similarly. Unlike some of the other groups, I had zero doubts about whether I could trust these two. Let's not waste any time then. Really? I can't trust Pig. These minor trinkets aren't going to find themselves. We've already had lots of trouble with Pig. Everyone, same deal as last time. Before the end of the round, remember to input a move and meet back up here. Thanks for the reminder, Ox. We'll be sure to listen. Absolutely. Now come on guys, let's get searching. The group split off and the three of us began to search around the school. So, does anyone have any ideas about where we should look? I hold no strong preferences on this matter. None at all. It's best to move with the wind. Okay, but what does that mean? Does therapist mean the same as hippie? I mean, we've got to make a choice. She's got a very similar attitude to me, to be fair. Just go with the flow, man. It means we've got to make a choice. I don't want to go too far from the cafeteria. How about we search in this area right next to it? I sense a bunch of spaces we could hide things here. Alright then, let's investigate over there. Let us. And so we investigated the area adjacent to the cafeteria. There were plenty of spaces where it seemed as though secrets could be hidden. Chairs, tables, vending machines. Thoroughly investigating it all took longer than I would expect. However, before long, Monkey called us over to an enclosed section of the area with some printers and a lot of papers. I do believe I found something of importance. What is it? Between this printer and the wall, there is a safe. Sure enough, Monkey pointed us to a said safe. It looks fairly lightweight and cheap. No doubt it's hiding something related to the game. You're totally right, Bunky. Nice going. Oh, but it's probably going to require some sort of passcode, isn't it? Darn it. I knew things couldn't be this easy. Now. Don't worry yet. We know not if it's actually locked. What sort of safe isn't locked? Of course it's locked. It's better to check it first before making any assumptions. Monkey picked the safe and put it on one of the tables. She did try to open it. Needless to say, the safe was locked. Okay then. Now we know that we should be looking for a code. Obviously. The code's probably going to be near where we found the safe, right? So let's just look around here. We began to look around the printer area. After a bit, I spotted a stack of 4 papers that caught my eye. They were labelled 1, 2, 3, and 4 in pen in the top right corner. Hey guys, come look at these. I think these papers might be clue to the safe's password. The numbers definitely sort of point to that, I guess. But where are the actual clues? Well, look at the name for the first paper. Palindrome. Like palindromes. That's a pretty bad pseudonym, I gotta say. But what does the joke name have to do with anything? I read the seemingly nonsense page and it turned out that there were 7 palindromes in it. So maybe it's trying to say the number in the first position is 7. That seems like a bit of a stretch. No, that's totally right. Puzzles are all about this sort of weird tangentially connected logic. Okay then, what about the other sheets of paper? Oh, this one's by Ambigram. So it's clearly looking for ambigrams? Like anagrams, you mean? The one by Tautonym is about tautonyms. But I have to admit, I'm not sure what the name's trying to say. Joey N. Kang? Oh, I bet it's looking for kangaroo words. Kangaroo words? Those are words that have their synonyms written inside themselves. Really? That's a thing? That's crazy. Like isolated has the word soul inside of it. And feast has the word eat inside of it. Oh, okay. I think I get it. Why not give it a whirl and try looking for them? Mikey and I will handle the other 2. Pig handed me the paper. I understood the concept, so I figured it shouldn't be too hard to solve. Well, let's read the passage. Any ordinary painter can create works of art that astound and surprise normal citizens. It is only those who can birth living works who possess the potential to truly blossom into masters. Be it a painting of an honourable prince, a helpless damsel, or a devilish trickster, the characters must come alive on the canvas. And the object of the illustration is not seemingly alive, if the object, then the creator is no better than a plagiarist. Words that house synonyms inside themselves, huh? This is harder than I thought it would be. I figured the words probably serve the same function in the sentence, meaning they could replace the larger word they were hiding. Yes. There was also a fair assumption that none of the kangaroo words would be as simple as lopping off a single letter. It might be incredibly difficult to see. I also had to look for words that seemed out of place. Clearly the passage is built to try and fit in certain words. I tried reading it once more. Like citizens. That's a weird word to put in there. Any ordinary painter can create works of art that astound. Like astound. Okay, well I only found 4, so I'm probably missing something. But, whatever. We'll try 4, and if I got it wrong, I guess. Was it this? Guys, I think I know what the 4th digit should be. Second digit is also supposed to be a 6. The 3rd digit is only 3. I approached the safe and put it in what I thought the code should be. I knew I got it wrong. Hey Mouse, can I see your sheet? Why do you think I got it wrong? Still, I let Pig take the sheet from me. After a few moments, Pig went to the safe and put something in. Well, this was a low point. Without another word, Pig leaned over and grabbed the safe's handle. She opened it, and sure enough, there was an item that looked like a token. That is, a minor trinket. I bet these digits on the back are what we need to input to activate it. The inscription, Sheep Minor Trinket, was written on the token. But there were indeed also numbers on the back. It read 4376. Oddly enough, the 6 is written in red. Odd detail, but probably irrelevant. Probably not. Yes, we're one step closer to getting out of here together. Spectacular work, everybody. Since we found a trinket, how about we head back to the cafeteria, input our actions for this round, and wait for the others? Makes sense to me. Yeah, I'm down. This round will be ending soon anyways. and so the three of us made our way back to the cafeteria. After that, we briefly split up into separate rooms so we could input actions on our tablet. Of course, I pressed run again. No need to hesitate on that front. When I returned to the cafeteria, Pig and Monkey were sitting there. It was only the three of us there. I realised there was actually quite a bit of time before everyone would be getting here. I hope the others are alright. They probably are. I mean, they have to be, right? There's no way something bad could happen. Although I guess there's a lot of ways something bad could happen. Ways I've been ignoring thinking about. It's an abandoned high school after all. We're being kidnapped by a psychopath and we've got deadly devices around our neck. It's a bad situation. But if I think about that too much, I'm just going to flip for the sake of argument. There's no way something bad can happen. I don't know. I just want to get out alive. As do I. I think we all want to get out alive. Is there anyone outside that you particularly feel the need to get back to, Mouse? Well, you'd know more than anyone, wouldn't you? True, but I would like you to try and vocalize these thoughts. You trying to give me therapy in the middle of this death game? Think of it more as a grounding exercise. Okay then. I have my mother, who cares a lot about me. I have my friends, who would be really sad if I died. And I have a bunch of goals that I want to see through before I die. That's the spirit. What about you, Monkey? Why do you want to get out? Me? Well, I suppose my main motivation is my obligation to all my clients. Without my consultation, I fear many may collapse. Although, even with my consultation, one clearly did collapse. And there are other therapists, I suppose. So that's it? Don't you have any family or friends you want to see? I was an only child and I'm not particularly close with my parents. And operating as a solo practitioner of therapy is a very tiring ordeal, so unfortunately my social life has been rather unmaintained. Save for one older confidant, there aren't many people close in my life. It's kind of sad. Perhaps, but I'm perfectly capable of living for none other than myself. I prefer to think of it as living untethered, without any obligations, so I can really focus on doing things that interest me. And I have a lot of interests. There's so many fascinating things out in the world, things worth learning about. Monkey's got the right idea. The only reason I want to get out alive is because I want to get out alive. So you don't have any family, Pig? Oh, I've got family. Parents and a bunch of siblings. But I'm not really close with them anymore. What about friends? Friends with my schedule? I have trouble with meeting people if I did spend more than a couple of hours a week outside my apartment. I have many people I collaborate with on projects frequently though. Do they count? If you believe they do, then yes. Okay, then I got tons of friends. It's good to hear. Well, I think no matter our reasons, we all obviously want to get out alive. So let's do our best to work together and make that hope a reality. Well said. Exactly right. Shortly after that conversation, people started to gather back in the cafeteria. Mouse, there you are. Hey, you won't believe this good news. 2 more minor trinkets have been found. In no small part thanks to yours truly. You're welcome. Guess what? So did we. Nice. Team trinket takers are on a roll, huh? Yes, that's all well and good. Now could you all be quiet? We're about to show the race results. Why does it matter? Isn't it obvious what they'll show? Better to keep a close eye on them regardless. Before that discussion could continue, the speakers cut on.
Round 3 is ended. Now let us see how the race has progressed.
I'm just waiting for one of the ones where we expect it to be normal and to go completely bananas. I don't think it's going to though.
Before round 4 begins, I have an announcement to make.
Oh, here we go.
There is an additional rule I have yet to inform you of.
Who are they called this time? That's the question.
A quirk of the race, if you will, that you may be interested in. No doubt those of you who check the information tab will have noticed you each have a personality assigned. From the rat to the pig, all your personalities are unique to you. Most of you probably dismissed that, and for most of you that was the right choice. However, for 2 of you, this personality is an incredibly important variable. First up, I'd like to talk about the desperate personality. The desperate personality wants to finish the race in first place, just like everyone else. However...
Yeah, this is the shared victory one. What's the other one called? Are you kidding? That's crazy. The content personality. Yeah. Unlike the other personalities, this personality doesn't actually wish to win the race. Okay. So they changed it up, what it's called, but it's the same spiel from before. What? Oh yeah. Alright, let's have a little chat. It's got a different name now. The content and the desperate personality. Well, desperate sounds like pig. Content sounds a bit like monkey. This could be happening, right? There was no way. That bastard. as usual. But the conversation will change. Everyone calm down. We don't need to descend into chaos. What do we got? That's outrageous. Indeed, trading 10 lives for one own is quite selfish. Who cares about the numbers? Depriving the world of... Yeah. Everybody, settle down. There's no need to resort to panicking. I have the content personality. I said it sounded like Monkey. What? Seriously? No way. This is certainly a surprise. You're admitting it? Naturally I'm admitting it. To not do so would bring the group undue stress, no? Monkey. But with this I struggled to get the words out of my throat. On the one hand, this revelation was a blessing. Monkey was giving herself up to the group. However, that meant that she would certainly die. I'd known Monkey for a while. Out of everyone here, she was the person I least wanted to see die. So for her to meet an end like this, what was Brian thinking? My distress may have shown plainly on my face. At ease, Mouse. You must move past this. I need to move past this? What about you? Death will come to us all eventually. I can't claim that I'm not distraught at this outcome. However, it unfortunately appears that I do not have a choice. For the sake of others, even if my body wishes to reject this fate, I will give myself up, just as I have done all my life. Luckily, I don't need to work up the courage to actually kill myself. I simply must prevent myself from acting untowardly. But will you be able to, though? Brewster? Sure, she's admitting things to herself now, but it's probably just a ploy, right? She's clearing herself from suspicion by confessing, so when things go wrong later, we won't blame her. That's not it at all. How could you say that about Monkey? Monkey, you may have our backs right now, but can the same be said later? When you're really facing death head on? Seriously, guys? That'll be a lot harder than it sounds, I think. It sounds impossible, actually. So what do you suggest? That you should all kill me now? That since I'm going to die anyway, there's no reason not to stab me at this very moment. That would be barbaric. Yeah. We'll just restrain you so you can't do anything suspicious. Yeah, we will? Horse, would you be a doll? Horse looked at Rooster for a moment as if considering the proposal. Then he made his way toward Monkey. Immediately I intervened. Whoa! What are you doing? I'm going to restrain her. Why are we doing that? Did we not just discuss this matter? No, Rooster just said some dumb shit, per usual, and everyone seemingly went along with it. This is an outrage. Monkey doesn't deserve this at all. Now, Mouse. There's no reason to be upset. If they would feel safer were I restrained, I see no reason to refuse that. Great, thanks for your approval, babe. Can I rescind my approval? No. Anyway, I thought I saw some jump rope up in the gymnasium. Why don't we tie her up on a chair with some of that? That will work well enough. And just like that, the plan to restrain Monkey was put into motion. Before we knew it, Monkey was firmly tied to a chair in the middle of the cafeteria. Rooster seemed to take particular delight in the restraining process, a mildly concerning fact. Now this should certainly satisfy everyone's fears. Now then, I would ask that the desperate personality to also confess at this point. I understand how scared you are, but know that we're all here for you. Things will go much better if you speak up now. Monkey's voice was inspiring, however her words fell flat, so the same as Tiger, the rest of the room stayed silent. Come now, surely you can speak up now. Save it. While I admire your bravery and willingness to sacrifice, most aren't willing to give up on everything in their life just to help some strangers. Unfortunately, this is kind of the expected result. I see. If it was a matter of actively betraying the group, most would shut up from action. However, when action leads to one's death, betrayal by inaction is much more palatable. So then what are we going to do? We don't need to change our strategy at all. We just need to gather 11 minor trinkets instead of 12, and we can all cross the finish line at the same time. But won't the person with the determined personality try and reach the finish line before that? What if it's, say, Pig? This is exactly the same as last time, except we've got a different person tied up. Me? It's not me. It was an example. You could use your ability to rush ahead 11 spaces. That puts you way in the front. It would be much akin to getting check in chess by crashing a queen through the line of pawns. A move that temporarily gets you in the lead will immediately end your chances of success. If Pig makes her intent to betray the group clear from the start, the whole group will team up and make sure she doesn't betray us. Therefore, it will be in her best interest to hide for the time being and look for some other opportunity to win in one strike. Stop talking about me like I'm going to betray the group. The bottom line is, if we all stick to the plan and nothing major goes awry, then the traitor won't have an opportunity to cross the finish line alone. Therefore, we should focus on searching for the minor trinkets. Let us split up and search for them now. Hold on a moment, that was an odd suggestion. What do you mean? The person with the desperate personality is still at large. Splitting up seems like a rather dangerous idea given the circumstances. I don't know what you're talking about. A single person can't do much on their own. What's dangerous is not finding enough minor trinkets in time. We have ample time, and we've been making fine progress. Splitting up only increases the risk posed. Bad things could happen if everyone is split up. I doubt it, we're in a school and everyone's on guard. A naive take. Excuse me? I must say, Ox, it feels weird for me to be this aggressive, but your suggestion strikes me as rather suspicious. It is the type of thing that someone plotting would say. Is that so? It appears that even tied up you intend to sow discord. For everyone's information, I'm the last person who would do anything untoward in this building. If you're bullshit, if you're accusing me of being the other traitor, monkey, I'll have you know that you're gravely mistaken. I never said you were a traitor. I just said the proposal sounded like you were scheming something. Things could take an ugly turn quick if someone didn't step in quick. I felt a bit bad, but in this argument, I had to support... Oh, shit, we get to choose. Make a save. I'm going to keep this one because I feel like maybe if the game gets patched, we can do something from there. Monkey. I hate to say it, but Monkey has a point. Seriously? Even you don't trust me, Mouse? I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying splitting up might not be the best idea. Just, you know, considering the circumstances and all. Why not explore in pairs? It'd slow us down quite a bit. Oh, come off it, Ox. Who died and left you in charge? A lot of us were moving in groups already, and we were doing just fine. We can always change course if it looks like we're running out of time. Alright then, if this is what we're decided on, in that case, let's move in pairs, while one person can go solo. If we're doing partners, can I move with horse? I don't have any reason to refuse. Actually, I prefer a horse if you move with tiger. What? Why? To keep you in check. There's no point to this if we aren't trying to thoroughly limit everyone's actions, no? And what does pairing me with tiger change? Hey, you want to go? Oh, just let horse go with sheep, Ox. It should be fine. I'll go with tiger instead. Fine. In that case, mouse, pig, you two can look together. Alright, sounds good to me. Totally for me too. I like to keep an eye on Rooster, so you're with me. Using your leadership position to partner with me? Smart moves, my friend. This may have been a mistake. Is the solo spot still open? Because I'd like to go with that, please. Fine. Hey, hold on, that leaves me stuck with Snake. Fuck that. Indeed, I have some objections with this arrangement. Too bad. Excuse me? I've already had enough of a headache without having to worry about your petty squabbling. Suck it up and work together. Neither of them seemed particularly enthused with that response, but neither of them had the energy to fight Ox when he was so clearly fed up with the group. That should take care of things. Just like that, Ox had devised our new marching orders. Everyone split up and got to searching. Pig and I decided to look around the second floor classrooms for a while. We spent a lot of time looking at some math classrooms, but we weren't able to find anything of use. Time flew by pretty quickly. Before I knew it, we were facing the end of round 4. Alright, well, we might as well input our actions. Right. Don't want to die after all. Yep. Man, dying from forgetting to put in your move must suck. Like, not only would it be super painful, but it would also be super embarrassing. You'd be dying and all the while you'd be embarrassed that this was the way you were going out? Agreed. But then again, who'd really not just input a move at least once around? I don't know, maybe if you couldn't... Oh my god, Monkey's tied up. Crap, you're right. We should fix that, right? Yeah, we definitely should. Okay, you stay here. I'll run down there real quick and untie her so she can input a move and then retie her. You don't want me to come with you? It's no big deal, I can do it by myself. That sounds like you were going to do something nasty. Save. Lots of save points. No, I'll do it myself. I don't love the idea of Pig going off on her own. You know what? I can handle this. Really? You sure you don't want me to just let me handle it? Yeah, it's fine. I can do it. You stay here in the meantime. Before she could get a word in edgewise, I left. I stopped by a nearby classroom and pressed the run button on my tablet. Then I made my way to the cafeteria. I went over to where Monkey was tied up. Hey there, Monkey. Ah, Mouse. Are you here to allow me to input an action on my tablet? Of course. Something I planned to do this whole time. Naturally. Not for a second sitting here thinking, did I think that the people might have just forgotten about me and let me die to execution? Right. Indeed. Okay, so here you go. I undid Rooster's surprisingly good tying job to let Monkey free. You can go and put your action in the restroom nearby. I shall do just that. And like that, Monkey left to take care of business. I stood by waiting for her to return. So is everything fine? Indeed, thank you, Mouse. Great to hear. Now, please tie me down once more. I still think this is stupid. As do I, but I'd rather not stir the pot at this point. Alright. At a Monkey's behest, I tied her down to the chair again. It still feels so horrible that this is the last time we'll get to talk to each other. It is truly tragic, is it not? But it must be so. I just can't accept that. Maybe we should try and get the collar off. Maybe we could barter with Brian. There's gotta be something we can do to save you. You're so determined, Mouse. It's your hamartia? Hamartia? It's Greek for fatal flaw. In Greek tragedies, as in life, everyone has one. You have a stubborn determination. It'll get you far. But when you get like that, you lose the sight of the bigger picture, and refuse to back down when you really should. I don't think that's true. It is. We all have a hamartia, Mouse. It is important to learn what yours is, and to be aware of it. Well then, if everyone has a hamartia, what's yours? Mine? I suppose it would be curiosity. Curiosity? That's not a fatal flaw. Ah, but Mouse, curiosity killed the cat. Don't get me wrong, curiosity has taken me far in life. In fact, I became a therapist because I was curious about the human condition. But it has gotten me in trouble before. When I was much younger, I made mistakes out of curiosity. Some I dare not repeat. Like what? I dare not repeat them, neither in my actions or aloud. Oh, come on. You can't just say that and expect me not to want to know what you're talking about. Another time, perhaps. You know there won't be another time. Then I guess I'll take the stories to my grave. Perhaps then, you know the curse of curiosity. How rude. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to searching for trinkets. You do that. Oh, and Mouse? Yeah? You know you can trust me, right? My god, another save point thing. I can. Of course. More than anyone here, I know I can actually rely on you. It's good to hear. Remember that. I'm frightful of the unrevealed traitor. If things go south, know that I'm on your side. Of course, I know you're with us. Listen carefully, Mouse. I'm on your side. Right. Meaning not the rest of the people's side. Our side specifically. I wasn't entirely sure how to take Monkey's last comment. Regardless, I was done here. I made my way back to the last room. To the room Pig was at. Ah, Mouse, how did things go with Monkey? It was good. Helped her not get executed, which is a good thing. Cool. So, where should we look next? How about we look around the first floor some more? If you want to, sure. Great. And just like that, we were decided. We made our way down to the first floor and began to search through some of the classrooms in that hallway. We searched for a while before moving on to another nearby classroom. It was a silent but well-paced search. Before I knew it, I was midway through the 5th round. Might as well help Monkey out again. Already? There's still quite a bit of time. Yeah, but why delay it to the last second, you know? Alright, sure. And so once more I left Pig to her own devices. I pressed the run button on my tablet in a nearby classroom and made my way to the cafeteria. I greeted Monkey once more, untied her and let her go to the nearby restroom. Then when she returned, I tied her up once more. It was a lot more silent this time. Then I went back to the room with Pig. Monkey's good? She's good. Thank God for that, you know? She's giving up her life for us. The least we can do is treat her right. That's really considerate, Mouse. Well, you know, I don't think it's anything special. I just don't want to view anyone differently because of this stupid game. Even the unrevealed traitor, I don't think they're evil or anything. I don't think they're plotting our downfall. I think they're scared. They were put in an impossible situation and they don't know what to do. I pity them. What an empathetic position. Yeah, well maybe it's a dumb take, but it's just how I feel. There's something I want to tell you. Something I know. Something you know? I didn't expect this development at all, but I was more than ready to welcome it. Pig hesitated for a moment, not sure if she should speak. She gripped her tablet tightly to her chest, holding onto it like a life preserver. Then she opened her mouth to speak the truth that she felt she need. What? I couldn't register what happened even after Pig's body hit the floor. But something had just flown in through the door, through Pig's chest, through her tablet, through a nearby desk. No, not something. A bullet. Pig had been shot. Pig? Once I regained my senses, I rushed over to Pig's side to try and help. My first instinct was to stop the bleeding, but I had no idea how exactly I could do that. You're going to be okay. I trailed off, not knowing what to say, not knowing what to do. My brain had completely shut down on me. Someone lay before me dying and I had no idea how to save them. I had no ability to save them. I just flailed around helplessly. As she lay dying, Pig locked eyes with me. She looked oddly content. At peace? Still, she opened her mouth and tried to get across something to me. She struggled to speak, but she wasn't able to get the words out. Then after much struggle, she closed her eyes. She was dead. It was a cold, empty feeling that inhabited the pit of my stomach. Someone had died in front of me. I didn't know how to cope. I was in denial. But then, in an instant, I moved on to anger. Who had just done this? Who had killed Pig? I burst out the door, looking down the hallway both ways. I hoped to catch the culprit in their flight from the scene, but alas, I was too late. Darn it! What was I doing trying to save an already dead pig? I bet what she was trying to say was, forget about me, go catch the killer, dumbass. Damn it, damn it, damn it! I failed you, Pig. I was too late. One of the traitors was tied up and the rest were in pairs. Surely this was done by a traitor. There'd be no other reason to kill, which meant the murderer must have split away from the pair, and if nobody did that, it must have been Dog, the only person by himself. I couldn't waste any time. It was imperative I narrowed down everybody's movements as soon as possible. Right away I ran to the cafeteria. Mouse, what's wrong? Monkey was still tied up in their chair. Thank God for that. I really didn't want to have to suspect her. Pig, she's been shot. Seriously? That's... Mouse, are you sure you're alright? No, but we don't have time for that. Monkey, did you see anybody heading through here recently? Sorry, but I can't say that I have. If she's been shot, shouldn't you gather everybody as soon as possible? That's exactly what I'm planning on doing. Very wise, Mouse, just like you. If you're looking to find everybody, why don't you start with Tiger and Bunny? I believe they're in a classroom right at the top of the stairs to the right. Alright, I'll do just that. Thanks for the advice, Monkey. Don't mention it, I'm only here to help. And so I raced over to the staircase that Monkey mentioned. The mix of emotions in my chest were complicated and powerful. They pushed me forwards with a very determined energy. Climbing the stairs, I didn't even hear my feet touch the steps. One moment I was on the first floor, the next I was on the second. And there, just like Monkey had said, Tiger and Bunny were in a nearby classroom. Tiger, Bunny! I wanted to start with the bad news, but something had stopped me. What if one of them was the murderer? The fear tugged at my heart. It was a new feeling. A bad feeling. What is it? Did either of you just leave the other one's sight? No. That's the point of being paired up, right? Yeah, we've been searching everywhere with each other, Mouse. Under my breath, there was a sigh of relief. Why, did something happen? Pig's been shot. She's dead. The looks of surprise and concern across their faces were genuine. Neither of them were the culprit. That's horrible. Do you know who did it? No, they shot through the door and ran. Damn it, who would do something that terrible? To just shoot somebody and flee, that's just cowardice. Yeah, fucking sucks, Tiger. Anyway, I'm trying to get the group all in one place as soon as possible. A sensible approach. So you're saying we should head down to the cafeteria? Yeah, as soon as possible. Gotcha. Alright, you go ahead and do that, Tiger. You're not coming? I'm just going to sweep the classes in the hallway first, see if anyone's around, so I can tell them what's happened. The statement gave me pause. It was reasonable enough. Bunny had an alibi when Pig was shot, so it should be fine, right? But suggesting it like that felt manipulative. That's a good idea, Bunny. Mind if I tag along? If you want to, sure thing. Okay, well I'll just go wait in the cafeteria then. You guys be sure to look around quick, right? Will do. It does sound manipulative. And so I was partnered with Bunny, while Tiger was the one going off on her own. Bunny and I didn't make much conversation. After all, we were keeping a quick pace. The sense of urgency still flowed through my veins. We checked room after room, looking through all of them, trying to find other people. But it seemed like the second floor was something of a wasteland. When we made it to the other side of the building, we decided to take the staircase back down to the first floor and look around there. There on the first floor, we saw a horse standing in the hallway, looking to the library, looking distressed. Hey horse, there's something you have to hear. Actually first, where's Sheep? As we approached him, we began to get a view inside the library. I got an answer to that question in the worst way. In the library, limp against the bookshelf, Sheep lay motionless. But not only Sheep was dead, but so was Tiger. But she just left us. To my utter shock and disbelief, Tiger lay in the middle of the library floor, blood leaking from her neck. What the hell? This is... Immediately I felt my stomach drop. It wasn't sadness or horror, it was disgust that filled me. I weakly wandered away from the scene, only to begin retching onto the hallway. I just couldn't hold it in. The scene was so viscerally vile. Sheep and Tiger dead? Dead like that? Dead permanently? Sheep was so sweet. Tiger was so cheerful. Sheep's death was bad. What was worse is the fact that I'd let Tiger go down here by myself. Was it my fault? Faintly I could hear the conversation of Bunny and Horse in the background. I need to pull myself together. They might be dead, but I wasn't. In an immediate 180, I turned around and marched up to Bunny and Horse. Horse, what happened here? Why are these two dead? I'd tell you if I knew. But it's so awful. Indeed. I hold more grief for this than you. Sure about that? No. Oh, well, that's honest, I guess. But seriously, what happened here? While I talked to Horse, Buddy had made his way inside the room and began to inspect it. I guess it would be a crime scene? I can simply tell you what I know. Sheep and I were looking around the school together. Then Sheep went to free Monkey from her restraints again. Oh, so Sheep also went to help Monkey like that. Makes sense that I would be the only person to recognize the situation. While I thought this to myself, Horse continued to speak. In his stead, I continued to search for an office. It's the one right there, right over there, and near the library. Horse pointed out the door, and indeed there was an office right by the library. I focus a lot when I'm looking for things, so I was a little out of it, but in the back of my head, I thought I heard a commotion nearby. So I left the office and came to the source of the noise. This library. There I saw this sight before me, but before I could comprehend it, I felt a blow to the back of my head. To the back of your head? The idea of someone to strike the head of someone as tall as Horse frightened me. Believe me, it shocks me just as much as it shocks you. Anyway, the blow was strong, so it took me a couple of seconds to get to my feet. When I did, there was no one to find, and I was left with this scene. That's when you came by. I see. But man, to kill Pig, then Sheep, and Horse in such a short time span? Who is this monster? At this, Bunny walked back over. So I did a bit of investigating. If it makes you feel any better, Sheep died very quickly. Crushed windpipe, dead just like that. I didn't find any signs that a tool was used, so I guess the windpipe was crushed by hand. A very impressive feat of strength. Tiger didn't seem to have it so easy. The lamp on the desk, it hit the side of her skull so hard that it bent. She also has a bruise around her left eye. Oddly enough, there was a weird skull luchador thing gripped in her right hand. Weird. Right? I don't know how that's relevant. As for the thing that killed her, well, her throat was stabbed multiple times with a pen. It's horrible. Yeah, and for Tiger, someone so raring for a fight, to get killed like that, pretty shocking stuff. Say, Horse, you said you came over to the library pretty soon after you heard the struggle. I did. And the blow that hit you came from behind. Indeed. Well, that's odd to me. See, the library only has this one door for an exit. It does have another smaller room inside it, but that place is a dead end. Horse, are you the other traitor? Are you accusing me? I'm just saying the evidence doesn't look great for you right now. I did not kill either of them. Horse said this so sternly, so matter of fact. I don't know why, but for some reason it felt so genuine I couldn't help but believe him. I think you might be telling the truth here, Bunny. Seriously, Mouse? I thought you were smart. You're buying this? I'll admit this crime scene doesn't look great, but would Horse really kill Sheep? Yeah. Okay, then what about Pig? What about Pig? Pig was shot through the stomach. And it's not like the bullet was angled particularly down or anything. It seemed mostly to be a straight shot. So unless Horse was on his knees when shooting Pig, I have a hard time seeing him as the culprit. Well, I guess that makes sense. Unless there's two culprits. Thank you, Mouse, for seeing reason. Anyway, you should probably go gather the others and tell them that all that's happened. I'll stay here with Horse, maybe investigate a bit more. You do that. Alright, we need to wrap it up because we're out of time for this one. It looks like this one's going to be a long shot as well, and we've got a lot of options to come back to as well. Can I trust you? And let her go instead? You know? Or we can support Ox rather than Monkey, and everyone will split up separately. There's so much that can change. All these options change so much. No wonder it has so many fucking endings. Holy crap, this is going to take a while. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.